Imagine being able to travel to any point in time. Where would you go? And what would you do? You could witness some of the greatest moments in history.
That's gotta be Kane! Break it down! Degenerate into something cool. You just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah. That's a break, little man. Break it down.
WrestleMania!
13, correct, yeah.
So this is the 13th WrestleMania
Correct.
ever.
Correct.
First one for us, though.
Look at those waves. It's going to sound probably terrible.
No, it's going to be
Sounded
great.
good in here.
Wave after wave. It's going to be great. You guys don't see the waves we see, but you know they're there when you hear them. You hear them.
You can tell Tom and I are in the same building just because of the motion of the ocean, if you will.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
No undertow here.
But there is Undertaker.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. WrestleMania 13, should we start with a shot?
I mean, we have to, right? It's WrestleMania.
It is.
It's 13.
It is.
I believe this herbal liqueur has at least 13 flavors in it.
Yes.
56, though.
Yeah. Half of Dr. Pepper plus one.
Half of Dr. Pepper
plus half. Rounded up, because isn't it 23?
Yeah, this is 56.
Oh, so
13 I made up just to try to make it relevant. This
Oh,
podcast has been brought to you by Jägermeister.
yes,
Select 56 botanicals.
and
Make
by
it Jägermeister.
Nas Energy Drink because we couldn't get Red Bull.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
we got
Red Bull.
Red Bull jumped in, and also by Goose Island 312, since WrestleMania 13 is in Chicago, and it's 3113 times 2 is 26, which is the Dr. Pepper.
It's like
Minus 3.
back to the other one. It's just a numbers game.
It's all a
Just
numbers
game.
But yeah, 312. It's a Chicago area code, Chicago beer, and we are here in Chicago. Rosemont Horizon.
Correct. We've been here before.
That was the Horizon part of the sign.
I said that earlier.
Oh, did you?
I said,
Okay.
it's Rosemont Horizon.
Yeah, that's what
That
it used to be
makes
called.
sense, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get to that. You'll see coming up.
Overall, some good matches. Overall, some okay
Some
ones.
less good matches.
Yeah.
One great match. One all-timer, probably.
One all-timer
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Important match in the history of wrestling in the Attitude Era, I think. And
Just a true milestone.
big landscape shifter. This whole WrestleMania changes really everything we got going right now.
Yeah.
So here's to that.
Well, yeah, without further ado, cheers to
Cheers.
WrestleMania. And just like
God.
that, I realize how hungover I really am today.
Why are you hungover today?
I just hungover.
I don't know. We've talked about Jägerbaum Tom on here before, right?
If not, even for our newer listeners, oh God, you poured those. So that's on you.
I know it's on me, but I used to know. Jägerbaum Tom used to possess me. And it started a year ago this weekend, when we're recording, which is, like St. Patrick's Day weekend. And he was born that weekend, 2021. He died August 2021.
Ooh.
But I
8
figured,
months?
yeah,
No, less than
5
that,
months, 5
yeah.
months. He had about the same length reign as Fake Diesel and Fake Razor. But he's not alive again. You know, he's just, I figured to do that as a memoriam. In memoriam.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dead man, we'll get right into that match. I'm just kidding. What did you think overall of this WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I think for our first WrestleMania, the hype was there. I just still think it still felt like some of these matches felt like an in your house, and then some of these matches were like, okay, we're finally paving the way for great wrestling.
Yeah,
You know
we're
what I mean?
not. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we get to like WrestleMania being huge again until like 17, maybe 18.
Where it like holds its weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've watched. I didn't watch this one, but I watched not recently, probably over a year ago. But I watched 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, or maybe up to 17, and it's similar. Like the next one's similar, the next few are similar.
So you're saying what I should do is just hold on to these little minor victories that I do have?
Yes, indeed, because there is a lot of time and coverage in between. But the Raws are going to get great, and I think a lot of what we're seeing here is the start of that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even though we're almost there, we're like, I think this is when it really starts getting good. It's like, it takes a little dive, but then it's like stocks, where it's like, it's as high,
Yeah.
it takes a little down.
It's trending right. It's trending the right way.
There, coming right back up.
It's on a dip and it's trending, but you know.
Yeah, so let's get into this. WrestleMania 13, and if you haven't watched the prediction episode, go ahead and just pause this. Go back to that because it's going to help you out a lot so we're not wasting our time on these predictions. But we're going to start the match, or start WrestleMania really, with this 4-team
Eliminator.
8-man.
8-man match.
So we have the new Blackjacks. We have Doug Furnas and Philip Lafon. We have Mosh and Thrasher of the Headbangers. And we have Henry O. Godwin and Phineas I. Godwin as the Godwins. And they're with Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah, Hillbilly Jim's back.
Did we mention this on the last podcast? Because we got Hog and Pig.
No, we didn't. We didn't mention it, I don't think.
And the predictions?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
But that was a kind of a mind blower.
Yeah, and they mentioned Henry O. Godwin, acronym HOG, and Phineas I. Godwin, acronym PIG.
You can't make this stuff up.
These guys are really geniuses, though.
Yeah. I wonder if who came up with that in creative, if it was Vince.
It's definitely Hillbilly Jim.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I imagine.
Hey, I want this. Well, here's what I think. Here's my theory is that I think that they were making these characters, and Vince is like, well, why don't we just call them Pig and Hog? And they're like, no.
We already got Hog and Animal.
Yeah. They call them Pig and Hog, but we'll make the initials.
I kind of like Hog, though. He's like, what about that Ahmed fella? Let's call him Hog. No, I think Ahmed Johnson's just... We'll stick with that. So, this match we get just a free-for-all right off the bat.
Yeah, this match goes, so we had our predictions. Mine are totally, it couldn't be more wrong. Roberts were better. You got pretty good. You got them all right? Or one wrong?
This is kind of a gray area, and we'll get into
where.
Oh, yeah,
at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a crazy free-for-all that really doesn't... It's also a really weird match to even have in a WrestleMania. Like, if you think about that now, that like these 4 teams face each other at WrestleMania.
Well, one is such a brand new team, and then Doug Furnas and Philip Lafon had just been kind of, filler time. And Headbangers are kind of getting this push, and the Godwins have kind of been a stable for the tag division. But, yeah.
They've been the faces of the tag division the entire time, basically. Faces, the literal faces. Baby faces.
So there's a spot, and I'm just going to give you spark notes on this match, where the Blackjacks and Philip Lafon and Doug Furnas are outside, and they're going at it. And the ref tries to get them in the ring, and I believe it is JBL, or what are we
Blackjack
Bradshaw punches the ref, and they're disqualified. So they're the first eliminated. And then come to find out, Doug Furnas and Philip Lafon were just there, and they're eliminated. And King says, well, I think they got counted out, but the ref was never counted.
We watched it back, and he just like threw him out because they were kind of associated with the guy who hit them.
Yeah,
they didn't
guilty
jump in.
of being kind of associated.
They didn't jump in and defend him when the guy pushed him, and so they also got eliminated.
Maybe because they too were getting their ass beat. But either way, in these prediction sheet, I had first team eliminated, which was Furnas and Co. is what I put as the HVAC company, Furnas and Co. And the second team was the Blackjack. So I think we split the difference and just did 3 points instead of the 4. But either way, this is what so there's a spot, and we've talked about, Thrasher spitting and Phineas always spitting. There's a spot in this match where they literally just start spitting on each other. And
yeah, it's a little hot. I got a little turned on.
And Vince goes, well, these guys are accustomed to spitting on each other. Vince goes, God knows what Phineas even does with those animals. And there's the longest pause. And then King goes, wait, what? And a nice chokehold going on. He goes, no, go back to those animals. What does he do with them? He's like, oh, and a bump by Phineas. Like, he just keeps going on with the story. And this is like, was Vince being naughty there?
Vince was I think Vince is into some weird shit.
Yeah. Lo and behold, I believe it's Mosh is up at the top turnbuckle and does this move where he basically sits on Phineas, I think, is standing up, or maybe it's Henry. Jumps off the top turnbuckle and like lands on his sternum, squashes him. 1, 2, 3 headbangers get the win, which I was right. There was no slop bucket used.
That was the only thing I was right about.
It's a slop bucket
Yeah.
at one point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to spend too much time on that match. I agree with you. It's just a weird WrestleMania match, but...
You know, these predictions are really going to show, I think. Like, a lot of people, when I watch this, they're like, it seems like you know a lot about the wrestling, and Robert doesn't know anything. And he's just kind of, you know, there.
Who the fuck said
Oh,
that?
no, don't worry about it. But you know,
It was Glenn.
It was Glenn.
It was
You got it. You guessed it. I wasn't going to tell you unless you guessed it. It was your first guess.
It was my first guess. I'm good at this stuff, this prediction stuff.
But
I
this
tag
is
you.
proving
I'm like the
that
Undertaker.
Robert knows just as much, at least, as if not more, than I do on some of these wrestling-related matters. So I got your back. I had your back.
Thank you. Do you just tell him, like, no, he just gets way too fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just, he tries to drink at the same amount as I do, and I usually am the first one to falter. So, yeah. What did it have to do with, because your predictions?
Yeah, because like
by
mine
the
are
way, like,
terrible.
our prediction scores are terrible. It's just
But yours
that,
are way
like,
less terrible than mine.
we don't know what's going on, so it's like on matches where it's like, oh, who gets a pin? And it ends up just being a DQ. It's like, yeah, we're out like 8 points. So like they're not good scores.
Right.
No way no one's getting 100%. No one's getting like 80% unless you
It's
know
my
it's
goal
good.
on one of these is to get 100%. So.
But if it's like, does like this happen, yes or no? And it's like a maybe. So it's a wash or something.
Well, I said that in one, and I got it right. So
Well, you got to take those risks to get a good score. So our next match for the Intercontinental Championship, we have the Sultan versus Rocky Maivia.
big match here.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Sultan that often. First
He
one
just
to
kind of
make...
came back out of nowhere and
Yeah.
challenging for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. Pointy, curly shoes and all.
Yeah,
I'll say.
I love
Curly
those shoes.
In this match, okay. By the way, we did rank these on a grade level, and we went with for team elimination. I gave it a C. Were you
Yeah,
in agreement to
I
that?
think we're on board. I think I maybe said a C plus
Okay.
because
I think I said C minus. You said C
it
plus.
was fun.
Okay,
It just
we gave it a
didn't
C.
make much sense.
Yeah, this match we gave a D, so I'm just gonna get right. Sultan beats
A D for The Rock.
beats The Rock's ass the whole time, and Rock goes for a crossbody, but Iron Sheik is distracting the ref when he goes for a pin. Rock does a roll up for the win, even though the Sultan's shoulders were kind of up the whole time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Rock wins, and then the Iron Sheik attack him. And Iron Sheik is doing the camel clutch inside the ring, and who goes to help him out, Tom?
Not Tony Atlas.
No,
although he
which I
was
thought.
there.
He was there. He was there for sure.
But
Rocky
it is
Johnson.
The Rock's dad, which I've never seen before, come out and in any WWF or WWE stuff with The Rock. I thought that was cool.
I thought it was cool, but now that I'm looking back at it, because King goes, man, I wish the Rock's, I bet the Rocky Maivia wishes his dad was here instead of being all the way back in Florida. And I'm like, that seems fishy. Right? That's not setting up anything.
I got the last flight in.
So yeah, but then Rocky Johnson comes in. It's kind of cool because they beat the shit out of him with the Iranian flag for a minute.
Yeah.
But then they end up getting the upper hand. So my ranking was a D, and I scored mostly points. I think I won everything on this except for, do we see Tony Atlas?
I only got the camel. It does Rock escape a camel clutch. I got that one wrong. I thought he would, but he does not.
Yeah.
The match wasn't great. It's the issue was just, I don't know. The Rock just got beat too much, and I just know that I can't take the Sultan too seriously because I know he doesn't last, maybe.
Yeah.
And his managers are just so ridiculous.
Well, Bob Backlund.
My boy.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I mean, remember when he beat Triple H? He just got his ass kicked the entire time, and then played that possum last time to get that. So this was
That's
very,
what The Rock did
very
again,
similar
the roll up.
to this one.
No wonder people don't like him and think he sucks because
Yeah.
they haven't given him a chance to actually win a match based on his merit.
I
It's
know.
just roll ups.
Well, it's like they give him the title, and it's like, yeah, but you're not going to have any credibility whatsoever.
Right?
Yeah, so next we have Triple H and Goldust, and there's a interview with Triple H in China backstage, and he calls out, basically his spark notes on this, it's a short interview, but he just calls Marlena a loser. Okay, was this even necessary to put in the pay-per-view?
So we were watching that, I realized that I think what this whole character is supposed to be of Triple H is just Donald Trump. That he's supposed to just be... He's supposed he should just be Donald Trump, and maybe that's all they modeled it after. And then that's when he said that, I was like, no fucking way, I figured it out.
It's almost perfect, because that's like stuff that like Donald Trump would say. Just like Triple H, like, what are your thoughts on Marlena? He's like, listen, love Marlena, should have had her on my side, huge loser. We'll call her Marlena the moron. That's her new name, Marlena the Moron. Is he? I mean,
I
right?
think it must be. He kind of talks like him, too.
Yeah. They asked me, they say, Triple H, what do you think about Marlena? I said, Marlena's simple as that. Huge loser. Huge. They want to talk about my proboscis, but they don't want to talk about my upstairs, downstairs. I don't know. I like this character. Are we creating another character
Oh,
here?
I think so. I think we got
Triple H is
Triple
Trump.
H is Trump, or Trump is Triple H.
They ask me, they say, Triple H, it's all about the game. And I say, yes, it's how you play it.
I can't wait for Trump running DX. That's going to be really awesome.
He's playing poker. It's like, what do you got? He goes, the ace of spades? The ace of spades?
There's only one of those, Triple H.
Yeah. Hit him with that Triple H Trump. Triple H Trump. I like it. But yeah, he's like, Marlena, she's a loser. Total loser.
What does he think about Goldust, though? I can't wait to hear that one.
Platinum's better.
Platinum's better. I like gold.
Yeah.
Platinum's way better. I think-
Gold, you can find that in China. That's why I have China. I didn't even put that together. That's like China. Triple H Trump. It all makes sense.
Man.
The more that we dig into this, I just think that like, oh yeah, wrestling's like stupid, it's predetermined, blah blah blah. It's just foreshadowing for real American
life.
politics.
I mean, the sex trafficking, the
Everything.
China-Trump situation, probably Russia at some point.
Some could say this is a warning for all that, or some could say that this inspired all of that. So let's hop into this match. There's a sign. And this might be sign of the night. It says, when Hunter and China get silly, who has the willy?
What? Who came up with that? We need you to call us now. Call the number below right here. Robert will put it up.
I'll
Tell
put it
us
up.
how you came up with that sign and if you ever found the answer to that question.
What is the answer to the question?
I
Do we
don't
know?
Do they get silly? Because I've seen X-Pac in China get silly, and I can tell you who has the will.
I assure you, I have the willy. They always say Triple H, who has the willy? I said, stop. Listen, we both have great willies, huge willies, unbelievable willies. They say Triple H, your willy's so huge. What do you do with it? I said, China.
But we got to get a drum set
Yeah.
over here that I can hit for those.
I love this character now. Got me in on this. This is, I mean, we're still going to bring up Japanese Hitler from time to time, but I feel like this is more,
Yeah, this might.
this target's all on
Yes,
this.
yes. Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
think that's not fun.
Yeah, even Trump will see it's great. So there's a pretty cool spot where Goldust throws Triple H over the ring, but he gets caught in the ropes. And he's kind of doing a little Jesus on a cross, tangled in the ropes. And he was held there for quite a while, and Goldust just takes a lot of shots at him. And lo and behold, Vince mentions the proboscis. We should have had that on the score sheet,
Yeah, I
right?
don't know why we didn't. I got all these right.
I'm pissed about Glenn, dude. I can't get this out of my mind. I can't get it out of my mind. At what point was it? Maybe the day you took notes, or I gave you the notes?
No, I don't even know. I think it was just a normal day.
Just a normal day. Here, Glenn. I'll let you watch the most boring podcast. This is just a regular one. This is right before in your house. Nothing crazy happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like, it just seems like you know a lot more about this wrestling stuff, and Robert's just kind of like the host.
I was probably just hammered, I imagine. I mean, 9 out of 10, I'm probably hammered. I feel like, I'm like, oh no, I did good, and I rewatched it, I'm like, I don't really want to edit this.
Yeah, don't just post those.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, fair enough. So Triple H dominates, honestly, most of this entire match. But Goldust goes for a curtain call. But then it's reversed into a pedigree. And then it's reversed again. But then we see China. And she's approaching Marlena. She was always standing back in the distance for a while there. We were waiting for her to strike. And then she approaches Marlena. And Goldust tries to bring Marlena into the ring to escape. But then Triple H hits Goldust. Goldust bounces into Marlena. Marlena falls into Chyna's arms, and she's giving her, I think I'm going to name this one shaken baby syndrome.
Yeah, she had another miscarriage.
She just starts shaking the shit out of her.
Right,
While that's going on, Triple H turns Goldust around and lands the pedigree. 1, 2, 3, told ya. Triple H gets the victory there. We're going to give this one a C+. Prediction sheet was Triple H gets the pedigree, yes. Goldust lands curtain call, that was a yes. Does Marlena smoke a cigar? Yes. Does Chyna touch Marlena? Yes. And winner Triple H. I was perfect except for the curtain call.
I was perfect.
You guys perfect all the way down?
Yeah. Well, these two were my Rock and Sultan, and this were my good ones.
I thought you were about to say Rock and Sock.
Rock and Sultan. It says Sultan here. So
oh yeah, it says Sultan normal here. Next we have for the Tag Team Championship, Vader and Mankind against the defending champions Owen Hart and British Bulldog. Let's actually run through the predictions on this one, because I think ours are a little bit...
I have no idea, I was so off on this. But bell to bell, how many times is Slammy mentioned? Although I think I was closer, because I think it ended at 6. I said 7.
Yeah, which is a great question. Again, these are the questions, you got to get it balls on.
Yeah, and it was only worth 2 points.
It was only worth... You could have just guessed Marlena's nips were going to be out and get the same amount of points.
Yeah.
All right, and then it was, does Mankind do a mandible claw? Does Vader land a Vader bomb? Will there be blood? Is the urn used as a weapon? Who gets the pin? Who gets pinned? And the winner. So this match starts, and it's a little bit chaotic, and I have 4 notes in here, but it's a long match. It's not a bad match.
It's pretty good.
Vader tries to do a Vader bomb really early, but British Bulldog interferes, and then all 4 men are in the ring, and it's a little bit more chaotic, and they try to separate these guys. Shortly after, Vader smashes the urn over Bulldog's head outside the ring, so points to both of us.
Yeah, I think I had the urn.
I definitely had the urn, yep. And then Vader is maskless for about half of this, or at least 3/4.
Pulling his mask off guy now. He's not big on that.
Big pulling his mask off guy.
Have you ever seen Vader's get up he had in WCW, when he walked out to the ring? He looked almost like Darth Vader. So he had a shoulder pad thing that was all black.
Can you Google it real quick for me?
Yeah, I will Google it, but Robert, you'll put it up here, right?
If we could find an image, yeah, I'll put it up here. I'll put it up here at the same time you show me. I'll keep going with this match. So Mankind hits a mandible claw on Bulldog. And Vader throws Owen into Mankind and Bulldog, and they both go out of the ring. And then Mankind still has that mandible claw locked in, which I thought was cool. And then they're outside of the ring, and this match ends in a double countout, which was pretty terrible. Match itself, I know the notes were a little bit short. It was a good match. I just hated the double countout thing.
So he would wear those. See, I can't find one this quickly of them, but he would wear those out to the ring. It almost was like a Darth Vader type
All
thing,
right,
but like
so-
LOD and Darth Vader put together.
And that's a mask then?
Yeah, well, it's a mask, but it's like sits on like shoulder pads, but with a
Okay.
mask.
What did you type in? Shoulder pad I mean, this is very specific. Oh, here's one.
Yeah, that was it, dude. Pretty crazy, huh?
Damn.
That's
Yeah,
way
that's
more
really
intimidating.
good,
Wouldn't
yeah.
you think that?
That's
I don't,
way
maybe
more than-
WCW.
Especially
won't.
with the pyro on the back
Yeah,
there.
it's cool as hell.
It's almost like a version of remember Bane when like Poison Ivy had her, or like was it
I only
Batman
remember
Returns?
Bane from Dark Knight Rises.
You don't know like the OG one where like
No.
I think Poison Ivy had, our DC comic fans are gonna be drilling us a new one.
We don't have any DC comic fans. Everyone's Marvel fans, dude. Come on.
Not with the comics though. Comics DC, I think Marvel movies take
The
care.
Batman, though, what did you think?
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
This is gonna post a little bit later.
I mean, it'll still
Should
be
we
out.
just-
Should we do?
should we
well,
just
we
do-
shouldn't do spoilers. We don't need to do spoilers. This isn't a movie podcast. People should.
Yeah, we won't do spoilers. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I had my concerns though.
You have them, or you had them?
Have them.
You have them now.
Yeah.
After the movie.
Yes.
Like in the sense, though. See, here were my concern. My concern was that people are going to be really, really like relate to the Riddler and want to do shit the Riddler did. That was my only concern.
That is a concern.
But
So let me ask you this. Drink. Before like Batman came out, and I think I saw it a week after the premiere, but people were like, "Oh my god, Batman's so woke." And I'm like, "Oh, what are they doing?" The only thing I could think of was like,
I don't think
there's
he
a
was
spot
right.
where Catwoman says, "These white privilege."
Oh yeah, he
guys.
has white privilege.
That was it. There's nothing else woke I can think about it.
No, I don't think it's woke at
What
all.
was woke about it whatsoever?
Oh, they had a black mayor woman. But she was obviously the most qualified candidate. The other candidate
Yeah,
got
that's
killed.
why we've all elected Lori Lightfoot.
Yes.
She's the most qualified candidate.
Biggest
I don't
dick in the
understand.
city.
Biggest dick in the city. Sorry to her.
Can you show the dick here?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't know if I can show the dick.
It's like,
No.
here, I'm going to put it like for size.
Yeah.
It's like from Gorilla Monsoon to Brian Pillman's, both of their mouths.
Correct. Both of their mouths. Yeah. There's just so like I like how like real Batman is, and I always like the realness of it. I'm not huge on like superheroes where it's like all of them can fly. I like the fact Batman is my favorite superhero because he doesn't have superpowers, right? He's just
Just
human.
as a super
Right.
amount of money.
yes, yeah, exactly. That's all you need. I mean, like that's possible.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
sure.
But there's just some spots where I'm like, that couldn't happen, or that. But other than that, like I give it a 9.6 out of 10.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
The way you said it didn't make me think it was going to be a 9.6. It made me think it was going to be like 8.2.
I talked about this with other friends that watched. They were like, "Oh my god, it's better than The Dark Knight," and then I stated these reasons.
It's
of
not
why
better than The Dark Knight.
Right? No, I know.
It's
So
like,
I
I'd
had
say
it-
on par with Dark Knight Rises was where I would put it.
On par with Dark Knight Rises
Yes.
is
Just a little, I
Yes.
think just under that.
just on.
But I like those better. Because there's actually some light in those movies once or twice.
I like that though. It's just
Are
like,
we
it
a
keeps-
movie podcast now? Fuck yeah.
We'll cover it all. Yeah. It's better than my thing. I'm just like, dude, I watched a porn the other day. I'm like, dude, Tom and I should totally cover this.
We can do porn.
We could do.
Can we get an OnlyFans and do porn reviews? Or no? Would it be a Patreon? Can you do that?
I don't know. I think it's just a TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. We've been talking about getting a TikTok. So swipe up if you think we should get a TikTok and vote yes on the poll. But we got a person that might be doing her TikTok, so we're getting there.
Did we discuss that? I thought
Yeah.
we did. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're well on our way, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool. And if you want to be that guy or gal, reach out and see who could do
We
it.
have one candidate so far, but we're looking for more qualified people. So
All right. Moving on to probably the potentially best match
Match of the year.
for sure. I'm going to give this match of the year, even though this is so
The third
early
month of
in
the year.
April, March already. We have the submission match with Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart with Ken Shamrock as a guest referee. And in our pay-per-view tally, we said, does Ken Shamrock wears sleeves with his referee outfit.
I thought he would.
said-
I thought he would because
Yes.
I didn't think they made the whole sleeveless referee stuff yet.
I said no, and you know what? Let's let it be a wash because there
Why?
wasn't.
There was definitely no sleeves.
There was barely any shirts.
You were right, though.
The
I was
sleeves
wrong.
were cut like right here, so you got like
Half pack and then delt, shoulder and then biceps, and it was he had like these
Just
shorts that
compression
came
shorts,
compression shorts as well. So everything was just like compressed.
He looked good. He looked really good.
I guess, but in the 90s, I mean, you could even see it with the fans. Like everyone's wearing such baggy attire. So like
he
back
started
then,
the trend.
maybe.
He had some moose knuckles showing. I'm sure I didn't.
Yeah,
know, but
I was
bet he
looking,
did.
yeah.
You were looking.
He didn't have
No,
moose
no,
knuckle,
no.
no.
Well, he probably has a
No,
small wiener.
Saw a little shamrock.
Yeah. Oh, a little shamrock.
Yeah, he hit 4 balls, dude. All right, so let's talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance.
That was cool.
Very cool.
They
So
actually-
they have like this, like, I guess you can call it the Broken Skull podcast logo. The double IPA logo. No, so this is like Stone Cold's emblem, like the Broken Skull, and it's like this like black painted glass, and then as soon as the glass, like the music hits, he breaks through it. It was super cool.
Yeah, it like went whoosh and broke.
Such better
Actually
entrance
broke.
than Bret Hart.
Yeah, way better.
And then Bret Hart comes out, and he's forced to have to step over the cool broken glass.
Yeah, that's probably why he was so mad the whole rest of the show.
They're shitting on him
Right,
so
cut
hard.
his boots. These are my good boots.
Yeah, so the match starts, and it is out of the ring, and then it goes straight into the crowd, and Bret takes a pretty hard bump into the stairs, and this was on our prediction sheet to Stone Cold flip the bird. And Stone Cold is flipping him off immediately, and then jumps off of the ring apron onto him. And then
Can you blur
inside,
these out? Would you blur these out if I flip the bird at the camera for like 5 minutes?
not when they're moving that fast.
Uh,
I'll just, if there's a big black square in the, he's going slow. I was cringed when you did that thing the other day.
Will you blur that out?
I hate it, dude. I fucking hate it. That's my second F-bomb of the day. I'm doing better. By the way, not even vaping. No nicotine pouches today.
Hey man. Well, I mean, since the last one.
During the podcast.
But not during the
yeah.
podcast, yeah.
That's what I needed the most.
This is what we got to do. We keep this podcast going until Robert kicks the habit, guys. So
Yeah.
we will not turn the camera off until Robert quit vaping for good.
So that's just gonna keep running and I'm done.
Well, this is our new life now.
Yeah.
We're always, filming this episode.
Where the hell am I in my notes? Yeah, so inside the ring, Bret works on Stone Cold's knee, and he does this for a good probably 4 or 5 minutes, just working on that knee, getting it ready for the sharpshooter. And then out of nowhere, Stone Cold lands a stunner, but he's so exhausted from the beating on the knee that he takes his time and catches his breath. And Bret Hart does the awesome figure 4 off the ring post.
Right, which apparently
We've
is
seen him
not a
do
rope
this-
break.
Correct. We've seen him do this before, but this time was like he did it better, and it looked great. I love when he does this.
Yeah, I feel like the last one he just was like, oh shit, I should try this. And this one it was like, hey, we're going to do this spot. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, it was great. And then Bret Hart ends up grabbing a chair. I'm like, all right, what's he gonna do with this? Sticks Stone Cold's leg in it and goes for the old Brian Pillman.
You don't have to put him up because he's right here, Robert.
Thank you. It's just easier if I buy $30 t-shirts.
Do you ever think so? You know what this kind of...
So then fruit comes out. We'll hold up the t-shirt.
I was just thinking of
So
a
much
great
easier.
dynamic that you would have here. It's like the angel and the devil that you have on each shoulder. It's
Oh,
Brian
nice.
Pillman and Gorilla Monsoon. That'd be something.
Oh man, I'm Pillman all the time.
So much more convincing.
Pussy ass angel over here. Can't even restrain Stone Cold when he's interfered 3 times in a match. So he goes for the Pillman, then Stone Cold grabs the chair off of his leg and then hits Bret off of the turnbuckle. Bret ends up landing on the mat and then hits him over the back again. So that's a pretty cool spot. So I think we had in our scorecards if there was a chair used or no. Yes.
Yeah. And there was.
Very nice. We also had somebody go for a cover.
Yeah, but nobody
I
did.
thought he was going to go for a cover after that Stone Cold Stunner.
I thought that, but it would have been nice.
So finally, Stone Cold ends up landing a submission of his own, which was on the scorecard, which for some fucking reason I put no.
I don't know why you even make this question. It's
So
a
see,
submission
I
match.
thought one of the questions
We talked about this in the
Okay,
prediction.
but I think one of the questions I wanted to ask was, does a Stone Cold go for his own sharpshooter?
Yeah,
Which
which
he
is
does.
what I thought that you
Which
might
he
have
does.
meant. Yeah. I think that's what I thought you might have meant here. And then when I read it to you, I was like, do you really mean does he try his own submission?
Because it's
Because
a fucking
it's
submission
the
match. I
point.
know. That's how confident I am in winning, dude.
Talk to Glenn about it, man.
Yeah. So Stone Cold does this pretty cool crucifix armbar, and then ends up like Bret Hart kind of gets out of it, and then reverses that into Stone Cold getting a Boston Crab, aka Walls of Jericho, on Bret Hart. But Bret ends up getting our first rope break.
So there are rope breaks.
Yeah.
So they didn't give him a rope break when he was on the turnbuckle in the figure 4.
Mm-hmm.
But they did.
Well, he wasn't like holding on; he was just kind
Yeah,
of.
but like he's in the rope area. That should be a
Of
rope
course,
break.
I agree with that. But it's Ken Shamrock.
Oh yeah, he's not a real
He
referee.
did that 2-hour online
Did that
course
2-hour
before.
tutorial.
The 2-hour tutorial.
Robert does a great Ken Shamrock too, guys. He's
Oh.
just like a New York guy.
Yeah, I guess. But it's not that I
Looks
do
like that.
But
Hey,
like during the
Steve,
match, every
you
time there's a
ready?
submission, he's like, "Steve, you let me know, dude. All you gotta do is say the word. The pain goes away when you tell me, dude." And then later he's like, "Hey, Brett, man, you let me know, dude. Anything you need, I'm here. Just let me know.
I got a pack of
Say I
smokes, you need a
quit.
pack of
Tap the
smokes?"
mat. Those are the rules. I took the course." So actually, speaking of, Stone Cold actually tries a sharpshooter, but Bret easily breaks out of it because he
knows it.
He knows it very well. And then outside the ring, Bret Hart reverses a whip and throws Austin into the ring announcers. And there's like 2 guys that are on chairs that fall on the
Just
ground.
destroyed.
It's chaotic. Tom and I are laughing our ass off, but Stone Cold's pretty busted open from this. His face is bleeding a lot.
This is that where we get this iconic shot of I think it's one of the start of like the montage of Raw for like years to come, where it's just Stone Cold's bloody face, like
It's like dripping
with
off the
his- on his
tooth.
teeth,
Yeah.
And that was
It's in
right
the
in this
one of
match.
the parts
Such
that's in
a
the
classic.
intro.
And that's what Robert in the middle of it. He's like, man, this is so cool.
It
Let
is.
me get
It's
that.
a super cool spot. This whole match is great, and I mean, bear with me on these notes, but there's just so much going on. It's hard to believe the street fight is after this one. You know what I mean?
I think so here's my theory. I saw this thing on later in wrestling where it's like The Rock. It was just the anniversary. I think it's WrestleMania 18 where it's Rock, Hogan. And then after that, they had Triple H, Chris Jericho for the like Undisputed Championship. And they were like, yeah, Triple H really fought to get this as the main event. But really we shouldn't have been because nothing could follow Rock Hogan. And just how over and into it everybody would be. And so this is kind of like, I think they did this right here. They were like, oh, we're going to put this. We know this is going to be great. We don't want it to overshadow the main event. So let's put a filler in the middle. Maybe it's my thought here.
Yeah,
and then it kind of gets people back. But this, that street fight's crazy too. But at least it'll kind of get people's minds off of like real wrestling.
I get where you're coming from. It's like, you can't have this main event because it's a title match where it's just like, I could see both sides of it. You know what I mean? I think that they actually probably did the right move here, to be honest with you. So Bret grabs the chair, brings it back in, and then he's just smashing it on Stone Cold's knee for a while. And then in the corner, Stone Cold kicks Bret Hart right in the dick, and Bret Hart is out for a while. During this time, Stone Cold goes outside of the ring, grabs this extension cord that's used for the cameras, brings it in, and is choking out Bret Hart. And somewhere within this match, someone brought in the bell, and Bret Hart is able to grab that bell as he's getting choked out and hits Stone Cold in the head. And then Bret gets into the sharpshooter for a long time, and it's probably about a 2-minute hold. Stone Cold goes to grab the rope, and he's kind of out of it, and then re-grips himself, and he's still locked.
And this is
into
where you get that
sharpshooter.
picture of the bloody face grimacing. It's during this sharpshooter.
And after a while, you could see Stone Cold kind of losing daylight, and you could see Ken Shamrock saying, "Tap the mat, bro. I know you wanna."
You don't
and
respond.
goes away.
You
when
don't
let
say
me know.
nothing. I'm ringing the bell.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a 20-minute match, is it not? I don't do time, bro. I do tap outs, knockouts, count outs. But I ain't counting. All right, Ken.
I'm all out of numbers.
Yeah, it's really numbers. Either way, Stone Cold actually passes out, which, Tom, you were 100% right on this, because I said that Stone Cold was going to tap out, or the other option was say, I quit, and you just said no.
Right. So
not neither. You just said
the way
no.
I thought that this was the question was, does the winner tap or say I quit? What you really meant was, does the winner tap, or does the winner or the loser? Does the winner? You said does winner tap, which would be the opposite. But does the loser tap,
I'm so bad.
or does the loser say I quit? I read it as one thing. It's just one question saying, well, is it actually going to be a tap, or is the person going to pass out? So I thought initially they were going to pass out the whole time, because neither of these guys are going to tap. They would never.
I don't even think we've seen a tap.
We've seen taps.
Well, people tap, but Camel Clutch, they just ring the bell. What other submissions we see? I've never seen a tap. I don't think we've ever seen a tap.
I'm sure we've seen a tap. I mean, come on.
I don't think we have.
I mean, come on.
Do it, dude. This on the mat several times, dude.
Three taps is all it takes.
What did you end up scoring on that one?
Oh, I mean, this is as good as it gets. What's yours? As good as it gets?
9?
Oh, my points?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 10 actually.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna rate
But I was talking on the match quality. A plus.
Yeah, I went A+ on this match as well. And the thing is, what I kind of had in my brain on this match was I thought like several sharpshooters were going to happen. I thought several rope breaks were going to happen per my predictions. But I liked that it was one sharpshooter and one sharpshooter only, because it holds, like, that move now holds so much weight.
Right, and they made it to where Austin tried it but couldn't pull it off because it's too hard to execute, and only the Harts know how to do it, and sometimes Shawn Michaels. But that makes it mean something.
Yeah, the sharpshooter is like most submissions. Like now, like you can either grab the rope and like, oh, you're out of it.
Yeah, everybody
But that
does.
just
Like
makes that
even
move so
5
much
years
better.
from here, you'll see everybody doing like 80 submissions. There weren't that many submissions. There was like 4 submissions the whole match, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't really that much.
And I like that about
Yeah.
it. It wasn't like, let's not get into like submission after submission, but it was like one and done, and it was great. It held its weight, and I like that match. I'm going to do a quick whiz if you want to get into this LOD match. There's not many notes.
Oh, good.
But,
Good.
there was just too much shit going on. Talk about how you liked the match.
No, I did like it. So actually, okay, I don't know that it was cool. I don't know that I liked it. It was so this is to bring everybody up to speed is a street fight, the Nation of Domination versus the Legion of Domination, and we have the Nation coming out first, and like 9 of them. There's like 9 of them, which is the Nation, and then you've got LOD and Ahmed. They come out together, and they all got the shoulder pads. And I'm gonna make Robert put up a picture because Ahmed looks dope in the LOD shoulder pads. They're like red on black instead of black on red, like kind of like the Blackfire Targaryens. Best type of Targaryens. And
Something to be said about these Targaryens.
did you think that I would be talking about the Game of Thrones when you got back?
No. But I thought you were going to say something offensive. And I said,
No.
no, that's what I do here.
But doesn't Ahmed look dope in that? He should just wear that all the time.
Yeah, the red shoulder pads, the great contrast. They both kind of went. And the new LOD pads were nice.
And you got your LOD shirt on.
Do you have the LOD shirt
How about that
on?
guy in the crowd wearing the LOD shirt?
That wasn't a t-shirt?
Robert's like, hey, this fat Asian guy is wearing.
I didn't say fat Asian guy. I
Okay,
said there's a guy.
he
that
didn't, but he was a fat Asian guy, and he like it's like almost like no offense to this guy, he's probably awesome, but he had to like rent 2 seats, like that's
Yes.
he was huge, and he had this like coral colored shirt on. and there was a kid
He
sitting.
looked like Ahmed's comfy shirt.
Yeah, it actually did. And he was sitting, a kid sitting in front of him, dressed as the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, he was dressed as Hawk. Yeah. And for a moment when I saw it, it looked like he was so big, and the kid was sitting right here, and literally looked like he had like an LOD shirt on. And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, check out the guy with the LOD shirt. Like, I didn't know they had those shirts back then. And then the kid goes like this. I'm like, oh my God, that shirt moves. And I'm like, oh no, it's a child dressed as Hawk.
Yeah, one row in front of this guy, and it looked like his shirt.
That was funny.
But so here's my, I wouldn't say gripe with this match, but it's like, if you watch hardcore matches now, and I haven't watched much ECW back then, but like, there seems to be a method and a progression into the hardcore stuff and what they do, and the spots are good. This was just like, okay, guys, just do whatever you want for 15 minutes.
There wasn't anything planned in this.
No,
besides
they were just like, we got the weapons, and just do whatever you want. Because they were like, there were times like, you know, I remember a distinct time where Savio put a trash can on Ahmed Johnson's head, and he just takes it off.
Yeah, I think he was gonna do it for like a kid.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But obviously, like kick the top of the trash can so it didn't hit him, and he just goes, yeah, fuck. But there's so many times where like one
Mama
guy
said,
goes to like,
take your trash out.
there's
Don't
no
bring it in.
chemistry involved in this. Like they'll go for like the trash can hit, hits him, and then he's just like right after, and then he falls. I'm like, you just got hit with a can. It was cool just to see like the chaos.
There's a really weird set of times where they bring a noose in and they start hanging everybody with
that's
the
some
noose.
Bubba Wallace shit. I
don't want to touch that. But
yeah.
Hawk gets hung by that's the only one I'm going to mention. Hawk gets hung by the noose.
Yeah. Did we mention any of these notes yet?
No, I didn't
can
even
go
look at
into.
those.
It really is just chaos, so I didn't take too much notes. Watch the match.
So I guess the only thing worth
watching.
noting that they bring out is a kitchen sink, because I think they said we're going to hit you with everything but the kitchen sink, but then they actually bring
Yeah, so Ahmed comes out with the 2x4, it says LOD on it, and then Hawk is literally carrying a kitchen sink. So as soon as they get in the ring, Farouk and them start fighting right away. Hawk swings the 2x4. This is an awesome spot. Unplanned. Hawk swings the 2x4 at Savio Vega. Savio Vega dunks. Did I say dunks?
Yeah.
He dunks on him. He ducks. And then he throws the 2x4 in the air. It bounces off the turnbuckle, flies probably 10 feet in the air, and then Hawk grabs it again and then hits him. Dude, it was an awesome spot.
I don't want you to do this now.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
But it went right
I don't
again.
like people playing on my phone.
Clap has a Jezebel. It was a wrong number. I don't like people playing on my phone. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, and you don't have to do it now, but if you can get good enough at editing, and if I just do like a crazy 360 and then there's a rim right here, and it's like NBA Jam, it gets lit on fire after I dunk.
Animal goes for a pile driver on a table with Farouk on it, and it seemed like he had it sturdy, and he was going for it, and then he stopped again, and it was just, I don't know how the table was supported.
It was like a regular table. It wasn't like...
Yeah, they both just ended up like falling off like that. And then they put Ahmed into a noose, and
I thought we were only going to talk about Hawk getting put in the noose.
Okay, so Doomsday Device to crush.
Well, I'm going to need a new podcast host here soon, guys, so take any votes you like.
Doomsday Device to crush.
Maybe I'll get Triple H Trump or...
Nooses are bad, Tom. I've been saying it since day one. They say Trump. They say, what do you think about nooses? I said, bad juju. Brings you back to the past. We don't want to live that again.
All right, well, you're back. You're good.
All right, cool. Doomsday Device to crush, which I thought was going to end it. But then Ahmed grabs that 2x4 with Animal, and they do a double clothesline with that 2x4 to crush. With Hawk. And then Animal gets the pin to crush, and they win Legion of Domination for the win. And then after the match, a little extracurricular activity. It was kind of cool because Ahmed puts one of the white guys on his shoulders, and then LOD puts one of the white guys on his shoulders. So we have the two white guys, and then a double Doomsday Device.
It's pretty good. Pretty good finish.
Yeah. I like that it happens to the white guys too.
Yeah, as it should.
As it should. Wrong. We have HBK coming out on commentary, and God, it's good to have him back again. The hero we didn't think we needed, right?
Certainly not the one we deserve, but the one we need.
Yeah.
But we didn't think we needed him, but we do. Imagine us not having Shawn Michaels ever again. Like,
Someone said there would not be
we
a
would
podcast.
just start watching WCW, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank God we got Shawn Michaels on commentary. He is milking it. He is milking the crowd love. He's shaking hands with everybody. He gets in even for his pyro as guest commentator. And King's like, he's not even wrestling. What is he doing up there? He does the pyro.
Let him get his pyro.
So he's wearing a leather jacket, and so he can't do like his normal pose. So then he just does one like arm up, and then like when he gets up, he kind of noticeably limps. So like hurt his knee a little bit more. Probably set him back another week or two.
Some would say that pussyfoot injury.
Whoa, foreshadowing maybe?
Foreshadowing, yeah. So Undertaker versus Psycho Sid, and I was taking a shit during this match, so Tom, tell me how many fist bumps did Psycho Sid
So that
have?
was one of our predictions. How many fist bumps will Sid give the crowd during his entrance? And I said 0 because I thought that the entrance was going to be expanded and he wouldn't be in any fist bumping.
The new entrance for Raw is elevated, so you can't really
Right.
get touched by the fans.
What did you say? 3?
I said 5.
5?
I had to go through like
He gives 14
1,
fist bumps.
2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody.
Yeah,
now.
he did 14.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That is. A
we were
lot.
way off on those.
So match is about to start, and actually does start, and we have Psycho Sid locking eyes with Undertaker, and the
They
match is
just
about to
vigorously make out.
Yeah,
They
so
lock eyes.
they're making out. He goes for a tombstone, ends up being a 69 move. Psycho Sid's dick's out in Undertaker's mouth, and Undertaker can't get it up. And then he grabs the mic and goes, "Is that why they call you the Dead Man?" King is laughing. Shawn Michaels whips his hog out. Crowd goes wild. Huge pop, and that's the end of the pay-per-view. What do you think of this match?
Undertaker gets on the mic. No respect, no respect.
Yeah, I forgot about the Roddy thing. No respect at all.
I start sucking his dick, and he's yelling at me,
Yeah.
calling me the dead man.
I tried to put it in his ass, trying to bury me alive.
No respect, no respect.
No respect at all.
Speaking of no respect, though, really,
He put it in my ass. That's gotta be pain.
Talking about Isaac Yankem, am I right? Oh man. So what? All the stuff we just said wasn't real, but up until them locking eyes, them
The
mocking
entire
eyes,
pay-per-view was wrong.
them mocking eyes did happen, and but
Did I make it seem sexual? Like, so they're like,
Yeah.
hungry ass.
you lock eyes.
watching
What is
you.
lock eyes
I
other
see
than
your
sexual? Why else would you lock
every
eyes?
move. Hungry ass.
They're on us in a stare down, is what you would say. In a
Wait, it's not
man.
hungry eyes. I messed up the lyrics on that
Hungry.
one. Because there's like hungry eyes. What's that other song? God damn, I can't think of it. No, Private Eyes is that whole other song.
Private eyes, yeah.
They're watching you. I see your every move. Private eyes. They're watching you watch. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, Bret Hart comes out.
Our match started. They are doing a stare down, and Bret Hart just walks out.
Yes.
Gets a mic. Stands in a ring in the middle of the match with a microphone. Talk about no respect. This is no respect to either of them.
Correct.
And basically just gets on the mic.
He says, Taylor, I'm very happy for you, but Beyonce
Really?
had the best video of all time.
I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry.
I'm going to let you finish. Right, that is a good point Robert made while we were watching this, is that HBK is kind of turning into the Kanye West of
No, Bret Hart is turning into
Bret Hart.
Kanye West.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said, didn't I?
I think you said HBK.
No, but then I would correct myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I thought.
Sorry.
Maybe I didn't. Swipe up if I did, or if I didn't, swipe down. But yeah, he comes out and basically just starts talking on the mic in the middle of the match. If you want, I don't know if you remember it to do your impression.
Don't remember a lot, but immediately he attacks HBK and says that you can take your pussyfoot injury and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you can take your pussyfoot injury and get the hell out of here. And he says something to Undertaker along the lines of, the moment you shut the door on me, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, you shut the door on our friendship. And you, Psycho Sid, you're nothing but a phony. A phony.
Like
He says, Psycho Sid says that, we all know and everyone knows in that locker room that I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And during this, I don't even know what's going on because we're watching this and Psycho Sid just goes,
I think the sound was Shawn Michaels making fun of Psycho Sid. Because we shouldn't have heard him, but he was making a pretty goofy laughing face.
It was like on par. It was synchronized, basically. So Psycho Sid just ends up power bombing Bret Hart, and man, they're just making him look to be out like a bitch.
Yeah.
Right, a whiny
and
little
then he
bitch.
gets carried out
and then,
by the referee.
the refs take him away, and excuse me, that sounds like the beginning of that Nelly song, Country Grammar. Wait a minute now.
Swipe up if you think that it sounded like country grammar. Nobody's swiping up, dude.
God, I'm going to regret editing this one. All right, so outside the ring, Sid throws Taker through a table and then into the ring post. And honestly, majority of this match, and this match actually ended up going over 20 minutes, but the beginning, like 10 or 15 minutes, was just kind of horseshit.
Yeah.
A lot of chokeholds, a lot of just like rest
A lot
holds.
of Bret Hart.
Yeah. True. There was a cool spot, though, where they are both against the ropes, and then they both do a double big boot, which I thought was cool. Taker goes for the top of the rope, ends up doing a clothesline, and then Taker goes for a tombstone, trying to end this whole thing, and it's reversed. And actually, Psycho Sid does a tombstone of his own.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yes, but he's so tired that they ended up getting back out of the ring.
Well, he kicks out. He goes for like an Undertaker-style pin, and Undertaker kicks out.
Oh, does he even mock the pin, though? I don't remember that.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't think he does like the tongue and everything, but he like tries to cover him up like that.
Yeah. So they're outside the ring, and I think Undertaker goes for a choke slam, and then is immediately hit with a chair shot by Bret Hart. Bret Hart's back again.
Sid gets hit with the chair.
God damn it. Yes.
Sid
Undertaker goes for a choke. No.
Sid goes for a choke slam, right?
No.
Sid gets hit with the chair.
Correct,
Yes.
but Undertaker's trying to give him a choke slam, and then Bret Hart hits him with a chair.
Why would he hit him with a
know.
chair? Why would he hit him with a chair if he was already going to get choke slammed?
Because I promise you, this is how it goes.
I bet you Jaegerbaum that it's not how it goes.
We'll watch it right now.
Okay.
Undertaker. What else do you want to bet? Because I'm so positive.
No, because what I'm saying is like it wouldn't be
I
during
know
the choke slam.
it doesn't make sense. I agree. Half of this shit. Look, none of this shit even fucking makes sense. Sonny's not even in it, guys. We don't even see her. None of it makes sense. But I'm telling you, Undertaker goes for a choke slam, and then Bret Hart hits him with a chair.
But I'm just saying that Sid's got to reverse that choke slam first. It's not like he's in the choke slam grip.
We're gonna end up both doing a shot. We're gonna end up both doing a shot. I guarantee it. So back into the ring after all is said and done with Bret Hart's chair attack. Undertaker lands a choke slam, and it's 1, 2, and a kick out by Psycho Sid.
I didn't see that kick out coming. I thought that he was going to be beat up too much by the chair and by Bret Hart.
Understood.
That he was done after that choke slam.
Agreed.
But he kicks out, and the match continues.
And then Sid goes for a little back and forth, and then Sid finally goes for the powerbomb for the win, and Bret Hart comes out and distracts him, so he stops the powerbomb. Goes over to Psycho Sid, hits him against the rope, Taker grabs him, hits the tombstone, it's a 1. It's a 2. During this match, I literally, at 2, I went and pissed because I thought he was going to kick out. Took a piss, washed my hands, came out, and it's a 3! The slowest count.
Earl Hebner going hard.
Wrestling history, basically. But we have a new WWF champion, the Undertaker.
Dum.
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 Finally, all the losing aside, it's finally Undertaker's
This
year.
guy, nobody's had a worse.
Undefeated at WrestleMania.
Nobody's had a worse win-loss record than the Undertaker this year, and he is now champion.
Yeah.
So, just goes to show you, kids. If you lose, keep trying.
It was because of this that started like playoffs and then the wild card. Like, we can't just have like a free for all. They gotta earn their way here.
Yeah.
Like if it was a regular like tournament or like NFL season.
Yeah, this would be
You
like
can't go in 0-13.
this would be like the
and Super
Detroit
Bowl.
Lions. Would not that bad. No, I shouldn't talk shit about the Undertaker like that.
Jacksonville Jags?
No, not that bad. It's more like he's like the Bears, Chicago Bears. We're in Chicago here.
Yeah. The Bears.
Home of the Chicago Wolves.
Yeah, it's more like the Wolves. Right?
Well, that's where this Rosemount Horizon.
I know.
How many Wolves games do you ever go to now?
I think probably 6, I would say. Give or take.
Same amount.
Oh, wow.
Wrestling is
We're on the same days?
No, different days, but
No. Yeah, I think my parents bought me an actual Chicago Wolves hockey stick that my
That's
brother
pretty
and
cool.
I used to play
That's
with.
pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we used to play hockey quite a bit actually on our rollerblades, but it would always turn
Yeah,
into
big
literally like
rollerblades.
my brother and I just having fist fights.
Just you two would play hockey?
Yeah. First time I've ever been like I've had the wind knocked out of me.
I was from rollerblade hockey.
Yeah. It was really a punch to the back. It was, we
Yeah.
were playing rollerblade hockey, but it was just I remember like literally running inside my house with my skates on. Like I hit my brother hard. He ran like typical. Like he runs after me. I'm running away after like that hard hit, and I just remember getting a punch to the back. I'm like, and I'm like trying to run inside my house with my brother.
That was the last time I ever punched my brother too. I'm the oldest, so I've never had to run away from my siblings like you. My brother, same age as you.
Yeah.
Had always would run away from me. Last time I ever got mad and punched him, I think I hit him in the back, and then he would just lock himself in the bathroom, and yeah, that was my last shot. So maybe I knocked the wind out of him. I have to ask him about that. Or he'll hear it here on this podcast if he's.
The last time my brother and I fought, dude, it was the stupidest thing. I remember just taking change out of his car. We're going on and on. I remember like this is like I was probably I was in high school, so maybe like my 9th grade. I think he might have been a senior. But like I remember like wrestling, and then like I landed a couple good shots, and I knew I was winning, but I knew like it wasn't going to last long. So I started running, and he was running right behind me, and then I just pulled the old stop on a dime, and I cocked my elbow back and just boom, and like total clothesline, and he had like the biggest black eye. And I think like after that, like I locked myself in my room, like I didn't want to deal with him because I knew I fucked him up hard. But he was just like, that was a great shot. Will you take a photo of my eye? And I had to, like, I remember his like Motorola Razr. I'm like taking a photo of his like already like purple eye. It was
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. WrestleMania 13, guys. God, where are we doing this?
So
God, I hope that
we're
this
a true life
recorded.
podcast. We're a
For an hour. That's what we thought.
that's pretty
WrestleMania
good.
would
That's
be.
pretty good
Yeah.
for WrestleMania. We
Your
talk
dad's gonna
about
be
real
pissed.
life. We talk about real life. My dad says all our episodes should be 30 minutes or less. If you agree with him, swipe up, let us know, and we will try to cut down the fluff. We won't talk about the Batman. We won't talk about beating up our brothers, you know.
Yeah.
But we will talk about Sunny and the fact that she wasn't at WrestleMania.
Nope.
And how can you call it WrestleMania?
We lost 6 points on Sunny because
Yeah.
didn't even make an appearance.
I could have really fucking made some status.
You should just said no to everything. Just no. Winner, no. Winner, no. Out of the ring, no. Sunny, no.
I would've-
McCullough, no.
I would have ended up on top there, but
Yeah,
Robert
at
won.
least
Robert
maybe.
won the prediction sheet by at least 12 points. So next time I'm going to come back stronger, better than ever. King of the Ring. Maybe we should do we'll do a whole bracket for King of the Ring. I think that's the next big pay-per-view.
Yeah. And there's an In Your House shortly after
420,
WrestleMania.
420 in your house. Yeah.
Damn. Do we eat an edible for this one?
I would do it. Maybe we smoke something instead of eating it. I know we're not.
We're gonna smoke crack.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't want to do weed, but maybe we'll smoke something.
I was thinking
The way you
smoke-
said smoke something makes it seem like, well, I'll do drugs, but not weed. As
So
Tom
we're
always
gonna smoke weed,
says,
and we're just gonna be like, yeah, man, king of the ring.
yeah,
though,
every
right?
time I try to smoke weed, Tom's like, "What are you in high school?" No. Like, your house smells like weed. What are you smoking? I'm like, yeah, I guess that's high school drugs. Which you're not wrong, Ed.
Yeah.
Anything else to wrap up? I thought this was.
I thought it was cool.
What were we
I mean, I
rating
don't
this
know, it
overall?
was-
I mean, there was a. I'm gonna say.
I don't think
B.
it was the best pay-per-view we've seen.
I'm gonna say such an iconic match.
That was
Thank
huge.
God for Bret Hart and Stone Cold.
Yes,
I would have
otherwise
said
it
this
would
was
be
going to be a
bad.
C minus, but that bumped it up to a B.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree.
All right.
And I thought Undertaker Psycho Sid was actually way better than I thought it would be.
Well, I knew they weren't going to last 20. They did last 20 minutes, but I
It's
mean,
a lot.
we had
There was a lot.
10
of fun.
interruptions
Yeah.
from Bret Hart. So yeah, that is WrestleMania. We're gonna keep moving on, and I think this is where everything.
We're moving forward and moving up.
Moving
We've
on
got-
up.
Bret Hart as the heel now, it seems, from what he did there.
Dude, they're
We've got
making-
so many people were behind Stone Cold at the end of the match. I think this is the start of the Stone Cold we all know and love as the
Is
face.
Stone Cold Pete Davidson?
Dude, this is okay.
Who
We got
would
to
thought
end
you
this,
compared-
and we got to go do some research and try to figure this all out because nobody's ever said that sentence.
No one.
It's Pete Davidson.
No. Is Stone Cold Pete Davidson and Bret Hart is Kanye West?
We've seen this story before.
I thought you were going to look it
Yeah,
up because
yeah.
anyone compare Stone Cold to Pete Davidson. All right, guys, that is WrestleMania 13. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for bearing with us on this long pay-per-view. We will see you next time. So good night.
And God bless wrestling.